break down the biggest moments, hottest takes, and the wildest stories from the world of pro wrestling. Whether you're a diehard fan or just stepping into the squared circle, we're here to give you the real scoop on everything happening in the ring.
I'm your host, RJD, and we're about to take a ride through the latest and greatest in pro wrestling. Get ready for all our hot takes, deep dives, and all the wrestling you never knew you needed.
Don't forget to hit the like, share, and subscribe button and join What the Wrestling family so you never miss an episode. Now let's step into the ring.
You're listening to the What the Wrestling podcast, the show that brings you all things wrestling with your host,
Oh, you already know what time it is. AEW. AEW came to you live last night in a smaller venue, I might add.
Nope.
Unfortunately. But it did come to you live, and we did have a lot of things going on. We had some returns. We had some people coming back to kick ass. We had Samoa Joe, and we had some terrible shit that absolutely sucked. So we are going to get into it right about now. But before we get into all of that, let us not waste any more time. Let's go. Yes. Tis I, RJD here. Welcome everybody to What's the Wrestling, the show that brings you all things wrestling. Once again, I am your host, and we are here. We are here to talk about AEW. And yeah, I know I got the whole Tim Pool thing going on right now, but it's okay. I'm cold. But first things first, before we get into the good, the bad, and the ugly, let's get into hitting the like button. Hit the like button, like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. Shout out to the couple of, it's like every day I get one or two more subscribers. Thank y'all. Whether it's 60, 600, or 600,000, I don't care. I appreciate every one of you. We are here to talk wrestling, have some fun. Shout out to my TikTok post. Got a couple thousand views for that Penta post. So let's keep the ball rolling. Let's keep the momentum going. No updates to the channel as of yet. And y'all already know I will keep y'all updated and abreast of everything that is going on. Now let's get into Dynamite. So, AEW Dynamite.
Nope.
Man, let's start from the top. This show was okay. It wasn't a bad show. We had some good things on there. Omega's back. Samoa Joe is back. I like what they're doing with Swerve and Ricochet, making us wait a little bit. But the show does feel a little lifeless. The first thing I would say is they had a very cool set, but a very small building. So I heard the building capacity is 4,000, and they only had about 1,800, 1,500 people in there. That's an L.
You stupid.
That's L. First things first, I'm just looking back from Dynamites from last year, and they were in bigger venues. People were excited. People were all over the place. Back in 22, 21, even in the early 24, they just had a lot going on. And it is sad to see that they are now running smaller venues just to get the capacity up because nobody's buying tickets. It seems like when Punk left, he took the freaking viewership with him, but I don't think it was necessarily CM Punk. I mean, yeah, they were going to lose viewership with him, but I think after they aired that footage with Jack Perry and Punk, it's like they're hemorrhaging freaking viewerships. Listen, he got the damn deal, which is great, but what good is the damn deal if the ratings are going to fall through the damn floor? We got to get this back on track. I'm an AEW fan. I have been since AEW's inception, and I am appalled that they cannot get this together. I don't want to watch AEW and have half-filled arenas and people like we're back in the damn pandemic. You remember how those shows were? It's like, how you in Cincinnati, Ohio? You got John Moxley, who's from Cincinnati, Ohio, and they ain't even hype. He don't get no love in his own hometown. Yeah, I know he's a heel. So what?
Nope.
So what? Like heels haven't had parades in their own hometowns in wrestling, and then the baby faces come and mess up the party or whatever. They could have did something. I mean, he's a damn champ. And where the hell is the belt?
Nope.
I haven't seen the damn AEW championship belt. Almost forgot John Moxley was the champion. What the hell are we doing here?
Nope.
What's going on? This Death Rider story needs to die. A slow, matter of fact, no, a fast death. Just kill it. I don't know what the hell was going on. And I know I'm bouncing around, but who cares? We're going to get this all out now because this is the stuff we got to get to before we can talk about the matches and whatever, but we got to get to this first. We haven't even seen the damn title because I am assuming that it's in the suitcase, which is fine, or the briefcase, which is fine. I ain't mad at that. But where the hell's the damn title? I want to see the title. It's like Roman Reigns, who's the United States champion, puts the title on his back so we can't see he's the United States champion because they really wanted to suspend him and treat him bad for a little while after the freaking thing he had. That was years ago. He used to put the belt over his shoulder so we couldn't tell he was the champ. Like, we didn't understand what he was trying to do. That made no freaking sense. But back to this. So we don't see the championship. We don't know what's going on. The Death Riders storyline, I hate to say it, but it's not good. And it's like they're losing viewerships, and even the freaking people who are diehard AEW over everything, even these people are like, we're getting a 12-man tag with the learning tree and the Death Riders when John Moxley is actively saying this is what's wrong with AEW, but yet you're putting it front and center for him to team with them. That's stupid. Even the sickos, the AEW sickos are like, pivot, 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 pivot. I was reading some of the comments from the Tony Khan. I'm surprised they ain't cut the comments off. What are we doing? What are we doing? All we want is good pro wrestling. I just want to see AEW. Listen, I know it's not WWE, and that's fine. I don't want it to be. I want to see different, like, what happened to all of the beautiful stories they used to tell when Hangman Page and back in the day when him and the Dark Order befriended him, and they're like, no, you can do it. You can beat Omega as the belt collector, even though people hated it. I liked it. He was putting on killer matches, and we didn't realize how bad this brother was hurting for us. That's what he did for us. Now, I mean, as storyline wise, people were hating him. He was with Don Callis, but I loved it. Like, shout out to Omega for wrestling in the state that he was in. He probably ain't even going to tell us how bad he was really effed up. Maybe one day when he's old and he's retired, he'll be like, yeah, back in 2018, 2019, when I was carrying the company on my back, I was effed up. They were telling good stories. Ain't no way in hell you're going to tell me that Tony Khan is booking this crap the same way he was booking it in 19, 20, 21. Ain't no way. Ain't no way you're going to tell me that. He had to have been getting help, or there was input from Cody, or there was input from the Bucks or something. The freaking Bucks ain't even on the show. Now, who knows? They might be backstage. That's okay. But why the hell are Hangman versus Christopher Daniels? What are we doing?
You stupid.
Nope.
Why are we doing that? Nobody want to see that. I mean, Hangman's unhinged. I get it, but Christopher Daniels is chilling backstage. Not that he can't. Obviously, he's Christopher Daniels. He can, obviously, if he wants to wrestle, he can still wrestle. But my thing is, why are we going in this direction? They should have put the title on Hangman, because after he beat Swerve, he realized what he had done, but he had snapped back into it, and he was like, no, I had to do this. And he was unhinged. He burnt down a man's house, for Christ's sake, and all they had to do was put the title on him and figure it out from there. The people were like, they wanted Hangman at that point. We wanted Hangman. We didn't want Moxley. Now they went in this Moxley direction, which is okay, but the storyline sucks. The storyline is just not good. They should have put the title on Hobbs last night. You know, to kind of splash, shake things up, add some, get people talking, something. And they choked him out clean in the middle of the ring. Now listen, I know they gave him a lot. He kicked out of this, he kicked out of that, he kicked out of this, he beat up everybody. He's Powerhouse Hobbs, I get it. But what the hell? I mean, they had, like, you can't put the title on Hobbs and see what happens for a little bit. See what happens for a little bit. And then if you got to take it back from him in 1 month, okay, cool. But it seems like Darby Allin's the one who's going to save the day. Darby Allin's going to climb Mount Everest. One, Darby, please be safe. Please come back safe. Please be safe up there. People die on that mountain. And we want you to successfully complete your task of climbing Mount Everest. First things first. Second, that brother ain't coming back no time soon. So what? You're going to have this Death Rider storyline this whole 6, 7, 8 months that he's out? And we supposed to ride with this bullshit? This sucks, man. This storyline is garbage. It is bad. And I don't like to be the bearer of negativity and all of that, but the shows don't have any life to them. On top of the fact of the smaller crowds kind of make me sad. I ain't gonna lie. Wait, I hit the button on myself. When I look at these smaller crowds and I just see about what AEW used to be, the 8,000, the 7,000, the 5,000, the 6,000, the 7,000 consistently, and now we can't even sell out 4,000 seat venues? We can't even sell that out now? I don't understand what Tony, who's writing this stuff? If it's just Tony Khan, brother, I beg of you, get some help, my guy. Get some help, man. Because some of the stuff you coming up with, there's no way you're writing this same stuff the same way you wrote it. Now, let's say he was always a part of the writing process. Always. Okay, cool. And I don't know if he was or wasn't. I don't know. But let's say he was always a part of the writing process. There's no way you're writing this like you were writing back in 2020, back in 21, back in 22. There ain't no way. Bro, you got people that are like, I don't know what's going on. You got people that are all positive, like, bro, this sucks. And those are the positive people that say nothing wrong with AEW. AEW is perfect. And even they're like, man, what the hell are we? They're scratching their head like, bro, I don't know. I don't know what's going on right now. So at the end of the day, we got to figure this out. You got to listen to the fans, man. Listen to the fans. Going from 1,900,000 consistently, 800,000 consistently, all the way down to 300,000-400,000 is not a good thing. In no universe, no matter how much millions of dollars they gave you, that's not a good thing. That's terrible. And what, you're going to keep going till you get to 200,000 viewers, and then you think they're not going to call you to the front of the congregation like, yo, my man, step up here and tell us why the ratings are in the toilet. We giving you all these millions of dollars. What's that gonna look like when you're trying to get more money in 4 more years? If you can't get these viewers back on track, you have a plethora of talent. You know what I saw last night? Their women's division loaded. And shout out to both companies, because both companies have excellent women's divisions. Loaded. We got, let's count them down. We got Stat, Willow, Tony Storm, Mariah May, Serena Deeb, Thunder Rosa, that other queen chick, never heard of her before, but she was there. The chick on Ring of Honor. God damn, why I can't. Athena. We got Athena, and while she's on Ring of Honor still, listen, when she drops that title, her butt need to be on Dynamite immediately. We got Athena. We got, who am I missing? I know I'm missing some awesome women. We got Athena out there. We got Julia Hart. We got Britt Baker. Where the hell she been? That's 10. We got the redhead. Jesus, who had the shoulder injury. Why can't I think of her name? We have her. Don't worry, I'm gonna get your name. I'm sorry. We got her. I was looking at these women yesterday. I'm like, oh, we got all these freaking women. I gotta remember her name. It's gonna bother me. We got all these freaking women out here. And Jamie Hayter. There you go. God damn it. Jamie Hayter. We got about 10 to 15 women, bona fide. All of them can go, are great. And why can't we tell stories with women? Why do we have one freaking Mercedes Moné, obviously TBS champ? Why do we only have one women's segment per show? I mean, can we give the women some love? Can we got women. You got women you could build around. You got women you could build up. You got women who could put on great matches. You could put the title on like at least 5 or 6 of those chicks right now. You could put the title on Willow. People would love it. You could put the title back on Stat. People would love it. You could put the title back on Julia Hart. People would love it. You could put the title back on Jamie Hayter after a little build up. And that got, man, even that one, that's an L.
Nope.
That's an L. Jamie Hayter. I think this is like the 3rd or 4th show. Jamie Hayter, I talked about this. Jamie Hayter was over like no other before, right when she got hurt, and it sucks. And they have never presented her the same or positioned her the same since she's been back. She freaking debuted on the pre-show when she came back.
Nope. You stupid.
They should have made that a big darn deal as soon as she came back. I'm coming back for the title. Britt Baker, we know, has had some other health issues. Hopefully she's okay. But we don't know what's going on here. This is horrible. Thank God we got Kenny Omega back. And, you know, we'll see what's going on with that. But, and just because somebody's back, it don't mean you can put the title on them. There still needs to be a story around it. The thing that makes this whole shebang work is the stories. If the story's lacking, everything is lacking. You could put on 7-star classics every freaking night, but if there's no story behind it, it's just people doing cool moves and getting over good matches. But we need that raw emotion back in AEW, and we just don't got it. It's just not there. Now, that's not to say that you can't get it back, because you can. We've been through this with WWE. WWE has been a shit show before. Think 2018, 2019, and we suffered through it and we got through it, and now look at them. So it can happen. It's not like it can't get back to the way it was. They just need to put forth the effort and write better stories. And please kill this goddamn storyline with the Death Riders. It sucks. Absolutely sucks. All right, so what do we have on the show? We have Kenny Omega, Brian Cage. Kenny Omega, Brian Cage. Kenny Omega's back, and there is no old Kenny Omega. Kenny Omega is Kenny Omega. Love the theme song as always. I was hyped to see him come back. He came back, had to fight off Don Callis and all the interference. At the end, he got the win, but they came down and beat him up. Ospreay came out for the save, but they beat his ass too. And we had a Falcon Arrow brainbuster after Takeshita came out and was the deciding factor. So he gets the win, but the Don Callis family wins the battle on this night. And good to see him back. Love the new theme, giving me Final Fantasy vibes. As a fellow Final Fantasy player myself, shout out to Kenny. I see the influence all over there. So good stuff there. We had Ricochet come out, got booed out the building, and it sucks because Ricochet started talking, and my wife was like, "That's how he sounds." I was like, "Damn, man." Even my wife was talking shit. But anyway, he came out. He got hit in the back by Prince Nana. After that, Swerve comes out with a chain and basically chases him out of the damn arena. And then it's just, whose house? Swerve's house. Whose house? Swerve's house. And Swerve kind of had to let that go, and that was that. The Learning Tree had a New York Minute explaining their alliance with the Death Riders.
Nope. You stupid.
Not feeling that at all. Mercedes Moné had a day in the life, showing her in New York, training, getting food, getting jewelry. Who wants to make some Monet? So listen, Mercedes Moné is one of the best female wrestlers in the world. So we're not gonna sit here and throw dirt on her name. It's just there's nothing there. There's no really story there, and there's nobody really built up to beat her. I would have loved to see Statlander beat her, but there's no reason why they should have fought twice. Now Statlander just looks like, because you could have put Statlander and had her try to be friends with Willow again, and you didn't have to have her lose for a second time. That sucks. So next we had the Hurt Syndicate, who my wife said is like her uncle's pulling up to the barbecue. Check out my post that I put up on TikTok. But the Hurt Syndicate versus Private Party. Here's another thing. You had Private Party. You built them up to beat the Bucks, but that wasn't the original plan. So they weren't even supposed to beat the Young Bucks. The only reason why is because they ran it back because everybody was like, well, let's have them beat the Young Bucks. And for whatever reason, they decided, Private Party, this is your time. So they had no plans for them at all anyway. And then after they win, now they're getting punked out by the Hurt Syndicate. And you really think the Hurt Syndicate ain't fitting to take those titles as soon as they have the match? It's a wrap. The Hurt Syndicate basically beat the hell out of them, squashed them, and they lost. Now, this might be, shout out to MVP back in the ring, but this might be, okay, Hurt Syndicate, maybe the Hurt Syndicate is going to lose when they finally do have that match. But I don't see it. Hurt Syndicate's they're taking them titles. And it sucks for Private Party because, man, those guys from New York, HOG, shout out to HOG. And it's just like, they got nothing else to sink their teeth into. They should be, what happened to the tag team division in AEW?
You stupid.
They used to have the best tag team division, stacked tag team division. People cared about the tag team division. They were having killer matches. Now, tag team wrestling, you don't even see the belts being defended. When's the last time Private Party defended the belts? They've defended the belts once since they got them. No story behind it. This is what I'm saying. You wonder why people are leaving. Hurt Syndicate gets the win here. Super kick to the face, and Private Party loses with Jay Briscoe. Decent match. Nothing crazy here. MVP got heavily involved early. It's good to see MVP, man. I know he's had some injuries back in AEW back in WWE before he came over here. So good to see that he's all right. I know he carries the cane for show now. And then we had MJF and Jeff Jarrett. The worst thing on the show, certified F. This is all just L. This was an L, y'all. This was an L. This was so forced. MJF is MJF. He's the scumbag. He's our scumbag. So he's going to do what he does. Why is he feuding with Jeff Jarrett, old ass, in 2025? Just because John Cena got a farewell tour, don't mean Jeff Jarrett needs one. Now, I get it. You want to tell the story of him trying to valiantly fight for one more title. Why do you have to have him do it with MJF? MJF should be at the top of this card trying to get back good old Triple B, not fighting Double J, JE, double whatever the hell. No. This is stupid. MJF called him the Wrestling Grim Reaper. He's the person that the last thing you see before your wrestling promotion dies. It's not like the back and forth was bad, but he's saying all the alcoholic stuff with Jeff Jarrett and all that, he was alcoholic and all that. He's been talking junk. So it's not like Jeff Jarrett was no selling everything, just laughing, nothing could get under his skin. He talked about, his let me get that hot milk for yours, and you see what an Olympic and Olympic and huevos taste like. Cool, all right, and then he brought up Owen Hart, which if they were going to bring up Owen Hart, I wouldn't have done it here. They could have used that shock value or his name for something else. These two shouldn't even be feuding. They threw insults back at each other, and even Jeff Jarrett can't hold. It's not like he cannot cut a promo. I would never say that. He's been in the freaking wrestling business longer than I've been alive. But this just didn't click for me at all. This didn't click for me. I actually found myself getting bored, and I was like, I wasn't into this at all. And I don't think nobody is. Nobody's into Jeff Jarrett versus MJF. And God damn it, they might put Jeff Jarrett over MJF. He might have to do the job for Jeff. This is crazy. In 2025, this don't make sense. MJF should be at the top of the card fighting for Triple B or something else. And this is what you have him doing. You don't think you finna run MJF right into Triple H's hands? Or how many other people are just looking at this like, what are we doing here? Go back and look at those shows in 2019 and 2020, 2021. Go back and look at those shows. Even the pandemic shows have more life to them than this. So, like, what are we doing? It's like, I don't want to see WWE light. And AEW is feeling like WWE light. It doesn't feel like AEW. Like AEW with the new guys and the Sammy Guevaras and the Serena Deebs and the Jamie Hayters. It's like now we're getting, I don't know what we're getting. We used to have different in the Dark Orders. All of these people that were not ex-WWE people. And I'm not opposed to ex-WWE people like Adam Copeland and all these other people. I'm not opposed to that. Because you need people to help build up the brand. You need notable stars to help build up the brand. But what about the homegrown guys? What about the homegrown people? I still think they should have put that title on Hangman Adam Page after he and Swerve almost killed each other. And they would have been good to go. But MJF basically mentioned Owen Hart. It's like, I don't even think MJF was MJF here, but it's like this just didn't click. Even the crowd is kind of like, why the hell and this segment was way too long. This should have been a short, sweet promo, get in, get out. But they're going tit for tat on the mic like this is CM Punk and MJF. It's crazy. It didn't have to be all that. His wife, he ended up beating MJF. They tried to pull him apart. His wife got in there. He grabbed his wife. Everybody gasped. And then he ran off. And that happened. Okay, cool. But yeah, this was bad, man.
Nope.
Tony Khan needs to pivot from this shit. Then we had Christian Cage with the Patriarchy versus Hook with Kassiori. I always say his name wrong. Shibata. Shout out to Shibata. Good to see him. Okay. Hook ends up getting the win. Good to see Hook with a win here. Christian, we'll see how he ends up cashing in this guaranteed title shot, Money in the Bank type thing. I have the feeling that maybe Adam Copeland to get it, and then he'll cash in on Adam Copeland, costing him the title. If they do that, that'll at least be notable. Christian could be the title holder for however long. I'm cool with that, but I'm interested to see how they work this out. It's going to be very interesting. Very, very interesting. So we had a lot of interference here, everybody getting involved, but the Patriarchy took out Shibata, tried to stop the interference of the Patriarchy, but took the kill switch on the floor, and Taz was about to come out after the match, but Samoa Joe came back and beat the hell out of everybody. And now we got Samoa Joe back. So that is a great addition. We love us some Samoa Joe. So good to see him back. All good here. Nothing wrong with that. We have the Undisputed Kingdom talking about how they're going back for gold. And they called out Danny Garcia. So Danny Garcia, he'll be feuding with Adam Cole, baby. And we'll see what's going on there. We had the Women's Casino Gauntlet for the women. We had Statlander, Hayter, Megan Bain. Never heard of her, but I got to look into her stuff. Julia Willow, Tony Storm, and Harley Cameron. Who the hell is Harley Cameron? I don't know, but cool. She's back. Good for her. And Tony Storm got the win with the roll-up. And now Tony Storm will be going to fight Mariah May in Australia. But at the end of the day, they didn't need to do this whole gauntlet match just to have Tony Storm do this. They could have found another way to do this, but this is the way they did it, and that's okay. Women had a good showing. It started off kind of slow, but it got good towards the end. So shout out to all these ladies who worked hard, but these ladies can go, man. They deserve better. And then we had the AEW World title. We had Mox with Marina Shafir versus Powerhouse Hobbs. Powerhouse Hobbs gets the loss, and this was a good match, and he was kicking out of every freaking thing, and that's okay. And then at the end, which was weird, it's like he sold the knee. But he had to fight off Wheeler Yuta with the knee, with the Bosaico knee. He had to fight off a Death Rider. He had to do a fight off the other people. He had to do a lot. He got whacked in the head with the briefcase by Marina Shafir. So he had to do a lot. But in the end of the day, this was good. He kicked out of that. He kicked out of something else. And then he got the Bulldog choke and he just went to sleep. So that happened. And then they tried to Pillmanize his leg. But that ended up getting stopped as well. But my thing is, they could have put the title on him, see where it happened, got people talking, and then went from there. I don't understand what's going on, why this company is doing what they're doing. I think they got a lot that they need to work on. The show wasn't terrible, but they got to work on a lot of stuff, and they got to get their ish together, because this show is better than this, and they're better than this, and that MJF stuff is bad. It's not even like predictable. It's just not, no feeling, no nothing there, no feeling there. So we got to work on that. So other than that, that's all I got. We're out of here. No videos tomorrow, but we do have Smacketh Up the Down, so catch that on the weekend. But as for me, I am out. Let's hope AEW gets it back on track, and we'll see what happens. So, as for me, I'm out. Catch y'all on the next one. Have a good night. Please pray for AEW. Peace.
Dom DeMarco.